I'm Judge Charles Pratt with the Allen Superior Court Family Relations Division. We have prepared a video for all of you to understand our processes and protocols associated with our response to the COVID-19 pandemic crisis. It is our intent to do all that we can to ensure your safety and the safety of our employees during this time. We're asking all of those that are reporting to the court, be they attorneys or litigants, to first register by signing in at a table outside this reception area. If, however, you have any questions about where you should wait or what is the timing for your hearing or anything else associated with your appearance in court that day, you may remain standing here and not proceeding any further down the hallway. The employee at the receptionist desk will then acknowledge you and approach and answer any questions that you may have. We're asking that all those that have business with the court not proceed any farther than this into the office areas of the Allen Superior Court Family Relations Division. We're asking that you sign in. You will be assigned then a waiting area. You will await here until such time as you're called by the staff of the court to come to one of the hearing rooms. Please refrain from going to other areas of the courthouse or going into other waiting areas while you're awaiting your hearing. If an attorney wants to have a private consultation with his or her client, then they can make arrangements to either move from this waiting area to another area of the courthouse or remain here for that discussion. If they do move from this area, we are asking that you advise the court staff so that they know how to reach you when it's time for your hearing to begin. This hallway leads to my hearing room 207. It also leads to the conference rooms as well as the offices of the Department of Child Services. We also have two designated areas for parties to remain during hearings if they need to be further isolated or separated so that they can have telephonic presentations made to the respective courtrooms. This is one of the two conference rooms in our suite of offices. These rooms will be available to the attorneys and the guardian ad litems for consultations with clients. So as you arrive and are given a waiting area, your attorney or guardian ad litem may make contact with you and invite you to come to one of these rooms for a consultation prior to the hearing. This room may also be used for an additional opportunity for telephonic presence at a particular hearing. Please take the time after you've concluded your use of this room to use the wipes to wipe down the areas that were touched by the parties and yourselves. We will also have every room and courtroom equipped with hand sanitizer. I am in room 207, which is the hearing room that I usually use. The protocol that you will hear from Magistrate Hartzler applies in this hearing room as well. It has been arranged with furniture being limited so that we can ensure social distancing. With many of the hearings that we hold, it may require additional people to be in attendance, and because of the size of this space, we don't have enough room for every participant. Therefore, we are going to make arrangements, as you've seen earlier in this video, for people to appear at this facility by telephone. The option will always be available for everyone to appear telephonically from a different location than the courthouse.
Hello, my name is Magistrate Sherry Hartzler. I am with the Allen Superior Court Family Relations Division. We are currently in courtroom 204, which is located on the second floor of the Allen County Courthouse. Given the recommendations from the Centers for Disease Control and the Department of Health, and also considering the nature of the work we do here, which requires a high volume of participants, we will be observing certain guidelines, precautions, and recommendations related to COVID-19. As you can see, I currently have a cloth mask. When you come into the courtroom, you'll see that I'll be wearing one. This is another example of a mask that is disposable. The expectation as well will be that all participants and attorneys will be wearing masks as well in the courtroom. As recommended by also the CDC and the Department of Health, we will be observing social distancing within the courtroom. There are certain areas that have been taped off, which signify that certain seating is not available. Additionally, the counsel tables have been situated such that the two individuals at the table will be spaced apart by 6 feet. The same has been repeated over here. Additionally, we have provided Clorox wipes and hand sanitizer for each table. I would ask that when you're done with your proceeding, that you wipe down the area that you were touching or the area that you were sitting, and that you use one wipe. This will help assure the next person who comes into court that the area has been sanitized. Certainly, if you're more comfortable sanitizing your area before you take a seat, that is certainly fine. When you are done, you take your wipe as you're leaving the courtroom, and you can use it to open the door, and then dispose of your wipe in the trash can that's provided by the door. We appreciate your patience as we navigate through this time. Our sole mission here is to keep everybody safe and healthy. Take care.
You're now in courtroom 212. We have relocated the witness stand from one side of the courtroom to the other side of the courtroom in order to maintain social distancing. The witness stand is now 6 feet away from the bench, as well as 6 feet away from counsel tables. We've also configured the courtroom so that there's 6 foot distance between the counsel tables, as well as there will be 6 foot distance from the chairs.
I'm now standing in hearing room 205. This room has also been structured to enforce social distancing. This room is going to be used primarily by senior judges over the course of July in order to address the overflow of backlogged cases. It is very important, therefore, that you follow the following simple instructions. Go to your designated waiting area. Remain in your designated waiting area. If you leave the designated waiting area, advise court staff so they know how to reach you when the hearing is to begin. There will be a court staff person assigned to every hearing room who will have responsibility to make sure that the calendar is running efficiently and all those who are scheduled for the next hearing are assembled and ready to enter the hearing room. That is essential so that we can reduce the crowds of people that are assembled outside each hearing room awaiting their next hearing. We would respectfully request that you honor this practice so that we can ensure that everybody remains safe during this period of COVID-19 crisis.
Litigants arriving at the courthouse may be asked to show a copy of their notice of hearing, showing that they are appearing for a scheduled hearing. Witnesses arriving at the courthouse may be asked to show courthouse security a copy of their subpoena, confirming that they are at the courthouse for the purpose of participating in a legal proceeding as a witness until county commissioners fully open the courthouse to the public. With regard to exhibits, in order to ensure everyone's safety, we are not accepting paper documents during hearings. Instead, we are asking the parties to place exhibits that they are seeking to admit into evidence in an envelope and a plastic bag, and you may bring the envelope with you on the day of trial. Each party shall ensure that the exhibits are marked for identification with numerals for the petitioner, letters for the respondent, and Roman numerals for the intervener. The exhibits will be placed in trays specifically marked for each party. This is an example of a tray marked for the petitioner's exhibits, and this is an example of a tray marked for the respondent's exhibits. These trays will be placed on a table specifically for the use of the exhibits. The parties shall also put copies of their exhibits on a flash drive or a disk and bring the flash drive or disk to the court on the day of the trial. Once the contents of the flash drive or disk are downloaded to the computer, the court's computer, it will be returned to you. The parties should exchange exhibits prior to trial pursuant to the requirements of your court order, as copies of the exhibits may not be made by court staff on the day of your trial. Further instruction regarding the admissibility of exhibits and unique aspects of discovery and other matters can be addressed at the case management conference that will be held prior to your trial. Pursuant to Supreme Court rules, we may permit witnesses to appear telephonically. Concerns about telephonic testimony can be addressed at a case management conference. We have secured senior judges to help us address the backlog of hearings that will have to be reset as a result of the court's closure. We are making every effort to ensure that hearings are held in a timely manner and that the requirements of due process are met. Attorneys and litigants should be mindful of the fact that our hearing rooms are very small and only essential parties are permitted in the hearing rooms so that we may maintain the requirements of social distancing. The scheduling of hearings with our court scheduler, Becky Smith, will now be done by telephone as opposed to in person. You may contact her at area code 260-449-8974 or email her at becky.smith@allensuperiorcourt.us in order to schedule your hearing, and she would be happy to accommodate you.
I'm standing beneath this quote from Dietrich. I think it's an important reminder of why we have to take these precautions during this COVID-19 crisis and why these protocols are necessary. We have spent a lot of time working through this with the Office of the Public Defender, the Office of the Court-Appointed Special Advocate, the Office of the Department of Child Services in Allen County, with the Department of Board of Health, all of which have worked with us together so that we can come up with a plan and a protocol to keep all of the members of the public safe, all of the members of the courthouse safe.
On behalf of Judge Charles Pratt, myself, and Magistrate Sherry Hartzler, we thank you for respecting our new special procedures. We will keep you informed as we receive additional instruction from Governor Eric Holcomb in the Indiana Supreme Court. Thank you for your support, and stay safe and healthy, everyone.